There is a difference between a slut and a 304, right? A slut and a hoe, right? There's a difference. Case in point, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you a rough definition of each. What I've come to the conclusion of. A slut is somebody that's been passed around, right? But she gets off on being able to pleasure multiple men. She doesn't necessarily get off necessarily on what you do to her. She gets off on her ability to please you. And she gets off on the ability to please multiple people. So case in point, a slut is somebody, she's down anytime, any place to get down, if you know what I mean. Sluts get a bad rap in society. Sluts are not evil people. They just gotta give them, they just feel it in themselves to give it up, to just give it up sexually. They're not, case in point, a lot of sluts end up becoming porn stars, right? Or prostitutes on the streets, right? Or just sex workers in general. They seem to end up in these professions. And what happens is they don't really require a relationship, and they're not delusional in thinking that, basically they're not delusional in thinking that they're going to get a relationship. They're cool with being the side chick, which is rare, because I think even most women, they get tight at that. But a slut can make a decent side chick, especially if she knows that there's a financial incentive. If you take care of a slut financially, she'll stay in that role. She'll play her position. She'll play her position if you pay her. If you pay a slut to be the concubine or the side chick, even though concubines are not necessarily sluts. Concubines are usually women that are kept and paid for and not necessarily sleeping around. But they can make good relief pictures, if you know what I mean. Sluts are not what's bad for society. Hoes are. Now, a hoe will destroy your family because she doesn't think, she thinks she's not, she thinks she's not as bad as the prostitute. She thinks she's not as bad as the porn star. If you, you'll know that she'll have multiple men and all this stuff, but she doesn't see herself as a slut. She thinks she's just a normal, average woman. But if you get on her bad side, she feels like she got crossed. She will put your whole ish on blast. She will destroy everything that you work for. She's going to put a false allegation on you. She's going to put a false SA allegation, false DV allegation. Those are hoes. And right now we have a 304 epidemic in our country. These people do not think they are hoes, but they are. They don't think that they are sluts, but they are. Sluts. So most of the sluts that you will meet that are like the sluts, like, oh man, she's nasty. They know they're nasty. They're not ashamed of hiding it. So when I say there's a difference between a slut and a 304, I'm going to give you an example. A slut, Tiana Trump, she is a slut. She's the one, you heard her. She said like she had like a triple body count, digit body count at age, what, 18, 17. She's a slut. That's the, the high school girl pass or everybody that they don't, and usually sluts get treated like crap, to be quite honest with you, even though they're not. I don't consider sluts really bad people. Slut, Tiana Trump. You already know what she is. She's a porn star. She do what she do. You can pay her for her services. You can have her sign NDA and just move on. A hoe, Brittany Renner. A hoe, Brittany Renner. A hoe, Aisha. Let me stop. Let me just stick with. Let me stick with Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner. Hoe, Tiana Trump. Slut. Who would you rather just deal with for one night? The slut, Tiana Trump. Brittany Renner will try to baby trap you. Brittany Renner is the one that's going to put you on child support. And no, Brittany Renner, that's the typical 304. at age 28 and 29, oh, you know what? I've learned from my ways. I'm gonna go back to God. That's a hoe. That's a hoe. Them spiritual bitches that you see, them septum nose wearing, that's a hoe. Hoes will ruin your kingdom. Like, hoes are gonna be the ones sending screenshotting your messages, your DMs, saving them as evidence to use against you in the future. That's a hoe. Slut is gonna keep everything on a hush hush, especially the ones that are like the actual sex workers, the escorts. Those are sluts, right? Let me give you another example. Because there are a lot of. How about this here? Lisa Ann, slut, OnlyFans model that doesn't think she's a porn star. Ho. Let me bring up Brittany Renner again. Let me give you another example of a slut. Asa Akira, slut. Brittany Renner, ho. Who would you rather get on your podcast for an interview? The slut or the hoe? I've seen Asa Akira on interviews. Very polite, very friendly, very respectful. A pleasure to be around, it seems like, on all assets. What people like when I watch her do interviews, even if when she talks about the nasty shit that she do, is it really? When I watch, I'm looking at her. The few interviews that I've seen her do, I never come back. Oh man, I don't think this is bad. She just got to give her pussy to the game. That's what she do. That's what she here for. To give the pussy to the streets. That's what she do. I do not leave. I don't finish the interview and be like, oh, this is a bad person. Brittany Renner, look at the chaos that she causes. She doesn't think that she, like, if you told Brittany Renner, you're basically at porn star status in terms of the bodies that you've had. Like she's at that same status. She's basically a prostitute. But if you told her that, she will go crazy on you. Look at how she acts. This bitch is cuckoo. She's gonna destroy. The reason why I brought up Aisha Curry as the whole example, she's gonna destroy Steph Curry. And the reason why she is definitely on whole status, because look at what she said. She desires attention from other men. Now, what do we call a woman that desires sex? Because, you know, it's same thing. What is a woman that desires sex from other men? A hoe. And not only that, she's going to destroy Steph Curry in the divorce court. She's got all the leverage on him. She's got the years. It's just a matter of time before she pulls the plug. And she's an alleged Christian. Oh. Oh man. Vivica Fox. Ho. Lisa Ray. Ho. I'm trying to think. Oh, these other artists. What these names? Kalani. Ho. Jessie Reyes. That new bitch that's been blown up. Ho. Janae Aiko. Ho. I mean, if you had a kid at 19, never mind. All right, I'm being out of pocket right now. But like I said, there's a difference. Like I said, there is a difference between a slut and a hoe. Sluts are not necessarily bad people. Sluts, they just got to give their pussy to the game. That's what they're here for. They're there for the quickies. They're there for the layups, the ones that you call one of them bad nights. Come here. Here. Maybe break off some change for them. Just as extra security. Hoes will be married. Hoes will be in a relationship already. Or hoes think that they're regular women in society, and they think they're doing nothing wrong. They're not honest about who they are. And when they do not get their way, they destroy everything around them. That is a hoe. Case in point, why I brought up those ladies. Right? You look at perfect example. Jovi Pena. The girl that caused all this chaos at Kai's house when it's clear what the situation was. You was at a party with, you didn't know nobody. You went there to really sleep with Kai, but you ended up going with his friend. You regretted it, and then you cried rape afterwards. Ho. And we first of all, we knew you was a hoe because we looked at your profile. I'm like, I literally showed her profile on Instagram. I'm like, oh, this is a hoe. Then the sex tape of the year came out, and she's still trying to act like she was done wrong. Ho. Right? Perfect prime example. She technically is a prostitute, but if you tell her that, she's gonna curse you. She's gonna think, she's gonna act like I'm disrespecting her. How about this? These, like, the porn stars nowadays are not the porn stars that we grew up watching, like in the mid 2000s, right? These new porn stars now are freaking SJWs. Like, you, like, you'll put a comment about one of their videos, how you liked it and how nasty she was, and she'll be like, oh, you're being disrespectful to me. And I'm like, you have your whole pussy being shown to billions, and you think I'm disrespecting you. Mia Khalifa, perfect example. This girl left the interview because they mentioned that she was a former porn star. They didn't even say it like that. You know, you got to say like adult star, former adult star. That's the PC way to say it. That's how they said it. And she left the interview. It's this is how, like, these new porn stars that, like, they're SJ. I'm like, I don't know how you could be an SJW and a porn star. I don't get that. But like I said, that's the difference. Mia Khalifa, ho. And you know what's crazy? I don't think her body count is that high. I don't even, like, what people need to understand about a lot of those voluptuous IG models that you see, especially young girls that you see that be on IG, their body count is not as high as you think it is. Some of the, I'll say with a lot of them, you'll be shocked. They're just, the plain girls that you think are plain are not plain. They be the nastiest, from my experience and many other men's experience. If you out here sexually active, you'll know that the so-called normal girls, oh, she's a good girl. You'll find out she in a triple digit body count. And you'll be shocked who is or in the triple digits or even will admit that. I'm just telling you because I'm still in the game. I'm you know, when you talk about streets and stuff, that's me. I'm streets, right? Those girls that you see that they'll be like, the way that they dress, you'll think that she's a stripper, and she's not. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, or you'll have sex with one of these girls, and you'll be shocked how shy they are under the sheets, and you'll be like, I thought you don't you do this? No, they just dress that way. Up is like it's 2023. Up is down, down is up. It's everything has flip flopped, but the definitions still remain. The normal girls, they're hoes. They just don't know. They just don't, because they don't necessarily put themselves on the back page ad. They don't consider themselves a prostitute, but they are that. That's the difference. So let me do a recap. A slut, example, Tiana Trump. Hoe, example, Brittany Renner. Another hoe, example, Jovi Pena. Another slut, example, Lisa Ann. Who do you trust more?